Gonna do some showdown tours for you guys today, and also, work on show you some builds of how to get through these showdown tours as well. So that is kind of the game plan for today. With what we're gonna do, it's Tribal Gaming. I'm also here with Mortal today, and we're gonna get this stuff done. So first things first is I went ahead and took advantage of the RVD thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and spend the 5 coins real quick, just because I did take advantage of that. That's one that's been there. So we're gonna do a 5 loophole just real quick and see what we get. I don't really, I really need Muda. I'll take 100 shards of her. That does help me. Just give me the shards of Muda I need, and I'll be happy.
You're gonna get kicked down the stairs.
You know it.
Oh.
Just give me the shards of Muda I need. And we'll take him up real quick on this stream if I can get him. But of course, they're never going to give me those shards. They're never going to give me those shards, it seems like. So, can't really complain there. Did get a new one to add to the roster, though, so I'm not really going to complain with RVD. He's one I've been chasing for a while in the striker end. So I'll take the whole damn show, RVD, with the coachability of color turn gem. So that does help me in a little sense there. It also allowed me to open up a new moment to be able to do a little bit more with at the end of the day here. So we're going to level up some moments real quick while we let everyone get online here. You guys are online right now. Give me a hell yeah there in the chat. Give me 1 second. Welcome, LSD55. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Hell yes. We're getting ready for this, trying to get this alliance Austin this weekend. That's a big thing right there, if we can get it. So, all right. So we're going to do some tours today after I've leveled up this, these 2 moments I've got there. Miss Mortal, you're awfully quiet today.
Yeah, I'm trying to get through certain things, stay off of work and stuff, so. I'm ready to rock and roll and start getting these tours knocked out. And I'm really liking this powerhouse Stone Cold. Considering that I don't have the plate to move on him.
Really just need a Titan plate and a red rumble plate on him, and that pretty much takes care of him at the end of the day there.
You know what? Speaking of which, I can put the rumble plate on him because I just took my rumble plate off of Trickster Live last night.
Yeah, so that's really what you need. So we got a bunch of tours to do today. We're going to go through what we're doing with this is we're going to go through and show you guys some setups on these tours while also doing them. Answer any questions you guys have. Just kind of to go live for about an hour and a half today for you guys. That way you guys had something to watch with Champions today. So the first thing we're going to do is I always like to go to Hell mode first because I think it's a lot easier. So this one's going to be an Attitude Era Trickster requirement. So you got a couple options here. The big one being NWO Macho. There is a video on the YouTube channel that does have that. If you want that, You can also use WCW Ray and also a few others as well. It looks like Memrock. Those would be the three I would recommend. But WCW or NWO Macho is probably going to be the best one here, as you can turn one this. Let me just edit this belt real quick, as I do kind of move my plates and all that around a lot. So I like to run Fury 3s on him. Just kind of makes life a whole lot easier at the end of the day. I do have the Eat plate and the Inseparable Hunger plate on him. You can also run the Devil's Strip on him as well. So we are not turn one here. I did not put the coaches and trainers on like I probably should have, and that's on me. Kind of just in a rush to get this match done. Because this is not the one I think will be the hardest match of them all this weekend. I think as you go into Sunday, some of the tours are going to get a lot harder. So still able to do 56 million. That Austin's not going to kick out. Like I said, NWO Macho's pretty easy to run. I think we did a video on him on Monday, and it is down there now. It is down there.
I wasn't able to put the U plate on my Macho.
Mine hits for 56 million with my setup, so I mean it's pretty cut and dry there at the end of the day. Got 30 Austin Alliance yards, so I'll take that off of Milestone. Definitely need those at the end of the day. So let's take a look at this ECW tour. Got three options here that you can really use. But you can use Devon, Bubba, or any RVD. I'm going to use Devon Dudley or Bubba Ray Dudley just because that's who I like to use here. But as far as your contest characters go, you can run Bubba Ray Dudley, get the tables, Acro RVD, Striker RVD, or Acro Devon. Again, I like using Bubba. I have him pretty much ready to go set up. I just got done uploading that video to YouTube and TikTok as well. So if you guys ever need videos or anything like that, make sure you're subscribed to those channels. You will get those taken care of as far as that goes. Now, I do like to run takedown 2s on them. I think it's the easiest way to run it. Just because of what I have. The only problem I have with Bubba is he's just not hitting as hard as he needs to. As I'd like him to. I'm hitting for about 23 to 25 million turn one with him, with the setup I have. But a lot of that is the belt at the end of the day. I feel like I don't have the correct belt for him, and I know I don't. So it's just one of those kind of situations there. Still doing about 28. Yeah, I mean, Elsky, with the armors, I run the takedown 3s, and it's still the same kind of situation there. They're not really going to kick out at the end of the day. But, I mean, again, like I said, that's just kind of, a thought process. I do run the LA Bite plate with the RKO overload plate. So, I feel like it does hit. If I had a yellow rumble plate, I'd put that on them just because I feel like I could do some more damage that way with the yellow increase. But without having that yellow rumble plate, it does hurt in that sense. And the Sheriff's plate just won't work because it's not red gems. But, I mean, unless it's against another gold, I don't feel like I'm losing a lot. I can still turn one a lot of people that way. And they're still not able to kick out, so that kind of helps. at the end of the day. They did throw a lot of tours in here, which I do like. That's something that I feel like Scopely doesn't do very well on. A lot of times it's throwing tours in. So now we're going to do the Kurt Angle one now. Yeah, Superior Text works wonders, I know. I've looked at that. I like the LA bite plate right now with my plates and all that just because of the yellow. Anytime you use the yellow move, you increase your yellow gems 50%. So I like that a little bit more personally because I can get 200% on top of that 450. Or 150 on top of that 450. So I kind of like that with and then, you throw in the overload plate. Yeah, I don't have the Rumble plate, so that's why I like the LA Bite plate at the end of the day a little bit better there. So with Kurt Angle, you got some options here. I'm going to run the Powerhouse as much as I can't stand that one. We'll just kind of leave that at that. I think it's a little crazy how even with the revamp, he's still not the greatest in the world. But he'll get wins, and that's, at the end of the day, when you're trying to get through tours, all you want are wins. And I feel like if you get on the game, the tours are not going to take too long. It does help that I kind of do have all these videos. I had all these superstars ready from videos earlier today. So that does kind of help. And with takedown 3 medals, they can't kick out of 2 million damage a lot of times. So that does help a lot. I might screw around and be able to take Beefcake up to 5 silver today too, which will be really nice at the end of the day. I feel like they're missing a tour though. I feel like they promised us another tour and they didn't put it in here. So for this one, we're gonna go to hard mode now. You got to use a WCW guy with the requirements being a Powerhouse, a Showboat, or a Acrobat, I believe, is what they're requiring here. Powerhouse, Showboat, and Acro. So I'm just gonna run Big Papa Pump. That's just me. Don't know why I have that one on there. Think I know why, but yeah, that's why. It was just to fill it. Move Tech Cross this thing over. Yeah, and you can run armor. You can run armor 2s on this one. You can run Fury 3s on this one. Either way you go, you're pretty well set up. With him, I run him pretty standard. I run him a little bit more of a premium build with Powerhouse Roman and Z Orton with the Rousey plate on him because I feel like that does work a lot better at the end of the day. I don't run a defensive plate on him, more so just because I don't really have it at the end of the day. I could put the Cowabunga plate on him, but I just choose not to. And he does enough damage for me where I do, I like him. I like him in certain situations, during feuds. At the end of the day. But I just feel like he's one of those guys who's not aged well. He doesn't hit for the 80 million like he should at the end of the day there. Welcome, Dominated. But these challenge tours are where, you're going to run into your problems at the end of the day. And we will be able to take him up later. Thank you. Got the 2,500 shards. I desperately need it for him. So now we're going to go back to the ECW tour here. And again, I run Bubba only because I've got him maxed out. Feel like all the tours they promised us today, they didn't come out with. I feel like we're missing a few tours at the end of the day. Unless they're moving those to tomorrow. I know everything's subject to change, but I could have swore we were supposed to get the women's one with Miss Keebler, I think. Right?
Yeah.
That's not in the tours right now at all. I don't know why.
It'll probably be tomorrow.
That's what I'm kind of thinking, but the blog said today for some reason, so I don't know what's going on that.
It could have been a possible typo.
Well, and again, the blog's always subject to change at the end of the day. So that's just how it really works at the end of the day. Like I said, we are live on YouTube. We are live on Twitch right now. I'm still working on getting TikTok back up. See, and I may have misread that. I'm not, 100% sure on that. It's very possible I misread that at the end of the day. Yeah, it does say Saturday now. I know last night I think it said Friday. So, I'm totally open to misreading stuff, especially when they throw out all the information that Scopely throws out as Elsky. When you try to plan this ahead, it's always one of those kind of things. I really want that new Austin, that's for sure. Because he is that nasty. I would not recommend running Tech Kurt in this at all. No matter how much you say you want to, that's one I would not recommend ever running. There's another decent hit. Again, Kurt did get a rework. I just didn't take him gold because I didn't think even with the rework it was that great. But it's definitely advised to get the tours done today just because you are getting double points in your faction contest for those emblems. And they put some decent stuff in the store and not bad pricing either. The Mode 2 Austin, who I think is one of the hardest ones to get, is only 30,000 tokens. And that's one I kind of want. It's one I feel like I need at the end of the day. Like, I feel like I need him at the end of the day.
I myself are setting up the sidewall medallion. Hopefully at the end of the day, I'll go ahead and pick up those in a picture charge, and I'll be 10 charge away after picking that up.
Yeah, well, I'm a few shards short of a powerhouse, but yeah, to complete it, yeah, that's one I desperately need. So for the Invitational Tour, there is a couple options. You can run Striker Austin. I'd rather run Hall of Fame or MOD Taker. He's just kind of my go-to at this point. Don't ask me why. I just think he hits like a Mack truck at the end of the day. And one of my favorite cards to use in general. He's just one of my favorite cards to use in the game, especially in that Attitude Era kind of thing. I am going to change out his metal, though, because I don't necessarily like that metal. I wish I had it, the one I really want. So, I don't disagree with you there. Macho's not bad. I personally just, with the way I have my MOD Taker set up, I think he's one of the best that you can run there in any situation. And, again, I think it's all dependent on what you want. Like I said, I do like my MOD Taker. For those of you who don't have it, Macho would work there, and then throw your Austin in as a tag team if your Austin's not high enough. But I have the moment for Taker. I have both moments for Taker, which really help. Or the Austin beer bath moment for Taker, which I think really helps at the end of the day. I know why he's not looking as good as he normally does. But that's on me. I will fix that. I got to add Sherry back to him. Because I got to get... Yeah, I mean, if you want to be quick, absolutely. A lot of times with tours, these are where I do some testing too. If I'm being honest with everyone, this is where I do a lot of my testing on superstars. So it is that kind of situation. Now, I did have the non-premium build on him here, which, it is what it is on that. What's going on, Big Sean? So, Elsky, this is one where I do kind of like to do a little testing, especially if I want to just try something different, see what something will hit for, if I can tweak it a little bit. The tours are definitely the way to go for me on that. More so just to do with the fact that, I don't feel like you get a lot of testing done elsewhere, and it's hard to test during feud and all that just to really see, especially if you're competing on the leaderboards. So tours and showdowns are kind of where I do a lot of my testing at. But like I said, MOD Taker is one of my favorite cards anyway. So I think that Austin beer bath moment really helped him at the end of the day. I just don't run them like everyone else does with that yellow move. I'd rather just run them triple purple and be done with it because it is turn one. Now, that new Austin has a reversal, which is very interesting. So you're not going to be able to use multipliers on that Trickster Austin. That definitely changes some stuff up at the end of the day.
Wow, that's a surprise. We'll finally get a male multiplier reversal.
Well, he doesn't take the multipliers; he just takes the turn. But it's still very interesting. Yeah, I mean, I've seen MOD Austin run a couple different ways. I just like that triple purple because if you don't have the break, you can still do something. And that's, to me, if I can hit for 50, 60 million, I'm going to let the cards play where they play at on the kick out. If someone kicks out of it, great. If they don't, that's okay too at the end of the day. Now, just because I do want to switch it up just here for a second here. I am going to kind of change it up and run Austin in this slot just for video purposes, just to show everyone some different plays. Now, I run Austin triple black because I do not have the nurse's gear. I feel like if you had the nurse's gear, yellow, green is going to be the way to go with everything. But I think that's just a preference at the end of the day. Triple black to me, turn ones everyone, especially if I don't cascade with the bleed. Again, the moment kind of helps, and having the other gears other than the nurse's gear really helps the sub out at the end of the day. Mortal, as many questions as we get while as many questions as we sit here and get during the stream in the Discord server, you would think they'd be watching the stream.
Right.
We post when we go live every time.
What? I know, I saw that. You have they released it yet?
So just to let you guys know, we are going to do the giveaways tomorrow. The first one we'll do within the first hour of the 25,000 armory pulls as a giveaway. So make sure tomorrow between 2 and 3 at 2 o'clock at reset, you guys are watching the stream, because we are going to be giving away some cool prizes tomorrow during our 6-hour stream that we're going to have with Showdown and all that. And then obviously next Friday with the feud and my birthday, we will have a big time giveaway as well. So for the last one, you do need any Austin. I'm just going to use Striker just because he's already ready, and I'm not really feeling like moving a lot of stuff over the end of the day. Feel like I didn't even need to hit that bleed there, but I just do it just because I can at the end of the day. He's going to do enough damage that it doesn't matter. Then I'm just trying, it's also to, one, to show everyone what you can get at the end of the day. Now, I'm reading something here that I'm going to back out of the torch just for a second here and just take a look. Someone is saying that that the showdown can be run with anyone. So you can do the premium showdown with anyone today. So we'll do some of that just because we can. Looks like they're giving out some decent rewards at the end of the day. Some tokens in there. So you're definitely going to want to hit that up and get to the 1,200 mark by tomorrow for sure. So we'll do that as well. So everyone can do the premium showdown today. It looks like they did put that in there, and I guess now they won't fix it because it's been about an hour and a half since reset. So that's a good thing, in my opinion. Obviously, you're going to get more using that new Austin than you would anything else. So that's a great thing at the end of the day there.
I mean, take the waters out. See what it would be like if you were to, bonus.
Yeah, I just feel like they don't do that as much anymore, like they should. Like, I feel like they skimp on a lot of stuff for everyday players when they shouldn't.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And now I'm just speed running through this here just because I can. Um, More so just because I can at the end of the day. I'm going to just speed run this. Because I feel like you're going to have to do the showdown, you know, if your faction has a minimum on the faction contest. I feel like you're going to have to run the showdown just for those reasons alone. I really can't stand this powerhouse Kurt. I really can't stand him at the end of the day. But it works, so that's all that matters. But I really can't stand him. Haven't seen a lot of Austin's pulled yet either, which is kind of a little shocking at the end of the day. Usually by now you'll see a lot of people having pulled. But I feel like they're not giving a lot of shards out for him either this go around. Am I wrong on my thought process? Like only giving out 490, I believe is what it was for free to play players. So I feel, yeah, I mean, for an event that he's the guy, I figured it'd be in the 500-600 range. I know he's a monthly chase, but I feel like even at 1,800 for the month, that's a little short. That's just my opinion. Um, Almost basically forcing you to spend to get them, which not the biggest fan of because we still got 2 more characters that are going to come out this month that, it's going to be spent. So don't know exactly how I feel on that because it kind of makes me want to stay away from the spending even though they're great cards at the end of the day. So, how the giveaways are going to work tomorrow is, as long as you're subscribed either to the Twitch channel or the YouTube channel, you're going to be eligible to win the 25,000 Armory Loot coins. However, for the 7 pull, you will have to be on the stream to be able to win that for this $20 7 pull that will be given away. We'll give it away within the 5 to 7 o'clock hour Central Time, but you would have to be on the stream in order to get the free 7 pull that we will be giving away for that. But for the 2,500, as long as you're subscribed either here or on YouTube or on the TikTok channel, you will be eligible to win those coins. So that is something we are going to do today, or how we're going to do the giveaway. I know I've had a few questions about that, so that is something we're going to do. So while I've got this here, I'm tempted because I almost want to wait till Monday to hit this enhance button, but I don't know if not really going to give me a lot of talent up points as it would right now for the solo points. So we're going to go ahead and enhance Beefcake to 5 silver. Mortal's Milk. Oh, that's an inside joke, Elsky. We have an inside joke on that one. With Mortal.
It's a coin toss between Powerhouse, Austin, and Big Papa Pump going 6 gold.
Mortal, I'll be honest with you. If you have what you need, I feel like Austin at 6 gold is the better choice. Big Papa and Austin's more needed, more required. I just feel like it's a matter of, do you have everything you need at the end of the day on that one?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I may not have the bid bass, but, I have the rumble plate and I have the cotton plate.
Yeah, so...
He's got a 150 damage strap, so...
I just feel like that's, that's a matter of what you need here. For the milk giveaway, Mike, we are not giving any milk out at all. I'm actually just kind of looking to plan to see what I'm actually going to get this weekend. I feel like I really just want to try and get that Bionic Austin, just because I know he's one I just want so bad at the end of the day. So, like I said, they did do a mess up here, and they are allowing you guys to do the premium showdown at the end of the day. I'm gonna leave that defense the way it is. I kind of like that. As far as my offense goes, I don't know. I feel like I don't really know who to use here. I really don't know who to really use here. I mean, trying to think of someone I haven't used on the stream a whole lot. You can run my Zeke Cody. I think that one wouldn't be a bad idea. Running a double zombie, I think, would be kind of fun for once. Just because I can. I think that just seems like a little bit of fun, I guess. Maybe I'm glutton for punishment a little bit, but it just seems like a bit. Oh my lord! Everyone wants to know what the mortal milk is now, and I am not going into that. If you guys want to know about that, you can join the faction, and we have voice chats on that all the time. So, we give him hell all the time on that. So, I'm just going to leave it at that on that one.
And I know eventually I have not screwed up yet. That's the key word, yet, on a field. But the moment I screw up, I'm pretty sure Chief will take note and probably have a screenshot, and we'll end up having a segment called Mortal Summon Field. I do like to experiment, but sometimes I go a little too off left field.
No matter what, you can't make Zeke Cody turn 1. Elsky, I don't know. First of all, Um, I don't know why Mike would say that. He's not in charge of recruitment in the faction I am, so don't take anything he says with a grain of salt. Um, we take pretty much anyone as long as you're going to play the game and do right, and want to have fun and be competitive. God, that Zeke Cody's nasty. Forgot how good he can be.
You don't have his gear, do you?
Don't necessarily need his gear, dude.
That's what makes him turn one.
Mike, is he lying or are you lying? That's the question on that one. My goal is just to get to the 1200 and be done. That's my goal with this.
Was you Cody's gear, red move set with 4 MPs, 4 more red MPs.
Yeah, I mean, good luck getting this gear. They only give it out one time a year, it seems like.
Usually twice a year.
Huh?
They usually put the zombie spring break event, and then of course the actual zombie event itself. And
Yeah, but I don't even feel like during the spring break event they give it out. I really don't feel like they give it out during the spring break event. I feel like it's more. I feel like it's more during the zombie event. Yeah.
Well, it was on the prize wall this time around, but it was expensive on the prize wall. You literally had to spend to be able to get that gear.
Yeah. That's just my opinion on that, at the end of the day. Go ahead and finish this, Austin. I'm kind of getting tired of it. Definitely just trying to get to that 1200 and call it a day on this one. But there is that 8-hour, difference there that I don't necessarily like. So, you're going to have to play, wait 8 hours, play again. Not really, happy with that at the end of the day. Like I said, I just did zombies here just to do them. Felt like it'd be fun. I really hate sub guys at the end of the day. I think it's one of the most overrated things ever. Oh, I know Mike's the other name. I get it, Mike. I get it. I really do. Feel like that's all attitude areas, though, with some guys. Sub or kick out. That's really what I feel like it is at the end of the day. So it takes you. Hey, I like my mullet, okay? It's something I like, so don't pick on my mullet at the end of the day. I'm not ever, I like it. I'm old school. And being from the South, I'm real old school. Yeah, I feel like there's not really a whole lot more to do today in game. So, all right. So, with not a lot left to do in the game, I think we're going to go ahead and end the stream here. Appreciate you guys joining me. But yeah, it seems like there's nothing to do in game today. You guys have a great